Alright, going to notice a change of tact. Because you can no longer see the suspension. The glorious suspensions are going to be masked because we're going to fit the battery airbox. And we're going to do that so that we can have the battery and run the lighting system when it's fitted via the rectifier, and have an indicator and horns rather than run it off the AC stator. So we can forget having a K&M filter, we're going to stick with the normal air filter. Looks like it carried in more baggage, but you know, it's what it's designed for. Okay, the battery box is held in with 4 bolts. One of them's here. And the other one is here. One of them is down here. And there's one over the other side. You can put the battery box in with the swing arm bar in place, but it's easier if you put this in first. And you'll need this in first anyway to put the because the spring goes through it. Just put the spring in first. You can't do it. Anyway, so we're in now. Well, I started laying the loom, laying the wiring harness in place here. Whoops. It kind of follows the natural flow of it. It's quite comfortable to sit here. It's naturally bent over time. So it definitely goes along to here. Now this is where we get a few problems. Never wanting to make things easy for myself, I'm thinking we'll fit this rear brake shoe, this rear brake lever, sorry, you know, and we'll have a look at it, how it goes. Yeah, that, that didn't seem too bad actually. It went on, even I could work that out. Yeah, wow. So regarding the rest of the brakes, just got to put this on a little bit more conveniently and put a little bolt in there to grip it. The torque bar, this needs a split pin, and it needs a split pin up this end as well. That needs a little split pin in there, and then other than that it seems to be roughly working. So we'll get on with it now. Okay, coming to the end of the rear brake installation, because we've just put in the stop switch, which is just activated by that spring return lever thing. So we're approaching time where we can put the motor down there in the machine, but once I do that I actually want to have some handlebars on here in case you have to control it. It's not going to be easy to control it just using this once the motor's in place. So we're going to go and wash up and think about it. Okay, using the multimeter, we've worked out that this orange wire does go into the okay, just discovered this unmarked wire here. I don't know if you can get a good ID on this wire. But this one is almost certainly going to plug into the front brake lever. Okay, getting the motor in was a bit rough. We did lose some paint. the head was rubbing. I didn't see it rubbing. I just knew it wouldn't go. It wasn't sitting in right, but then it sat in right. And it took about 5 minutes. So starting to get right shape. Okay, there's something I've been meaning to do for a while. Put these little rubber grommets on, which get ready to accept the side panels, the plastic side panels. Oh, these have been on my mind. These have been on my mind for ages, but we'll just get them out of the way for now. Pretty sure that this was an earth, so I've actually attached it to the frame here. Just because it seemed like a good place to attach it. Now that could be where you earth onto the motor. So the coil is earthed in pretty much the same place. The orange connects to this orange in the loom, which comes down to this orange in the loom here, which can connect to the CDI here, which is orange. So it's all orange. That works. We'll want to take the spark plug out when we connect it to the HT lead, just to reduce the compression of the engine so it turns over on the stator really easy to check whether we've got a spark. And so what's happened here is we've followed the live wire up from the stator, and we've joined it to the CDI live wire. We've taken the coil wire of the CDI and attached it to the coil wire of the loom, and then there's the red and the black, which is now live on the loom, and that could be attached to the CDI, leaving us just to earth it, and then we'll test for a spark later. Okay, I've come to connecting the CDI right directly to the coil. The orange to the coil. I've used a multimeter to test the earth from the coil to the tip of the spark plug. I've got a healthy ohms reading there. But using the Kickstarter, there's no spark. Now this CDI, I've hooked this not very well, really. I mean, the wiring is pretty basic. It's you know, it's looking really rough. I mean, that might be the issue. So I'm going to have to think about this. It's difficult. Okay, I've been wondering about the neutral light in the gearbox here, and whether the neutral light was actually working. I know that it's the sky blue wire off the stator. The black wire here being the ground. Okay, so I thought the best way to check it, coming up. I've got my bike battery here, and I've got the negative attached to the negative from the stator wire. I've got my sky blue neutral light going right to the sky blue neutral light on the clock. I don't know if you can see the clock. and to test whether it's in neutral, I guess we add some power to that, and presto, my neutral light is coming up, roses. Okay, following on from the neutral light success, we've been able to wire up the CDI to the neutral wire from the stator to the sky blue wire on the CDI. The exciter and the pulse are hooked up to the CDI too. So in fact, the only wires on the CDI not hooked up are the kickstart cutoff and the wire to the actual neutral light, I would imagine. That is a lighting thing. The other wires are hooked up, and I just got a belt off the spark, so I know it's a good one. Okay, I don't know whether we'll be able to see it, but I did get a belt off it. It was a fair belt, so let's see if I can catch the spark. Yeah, I saw that.